Hi, I'm Jamie Ruby from Sci-Fivision. Thanks for speaking to me. I appreciate it. I enjoyed the show a lot. So, to start out, why don't you talk about, for people who haven't seen it, who do you play and what was it about him that you made you want to do it?
Okay, well, Jamie, thank you for having me. I play Harvey Langer, who's the father of this ridiculous family, and the show is it's one of these single camera. It's a comedy about a family trying to act like a family and have Friday dinner together every Friday night, with kind of a doofus dad at the helm, played by yours truly and my lovely and overcompensating wife, Michaela Watkins, who's being hounded by her mother, who lives with us, played by Carol Kane, and our two beautiful boys, one of whom is a tragic, uh, uh, big, huge failure. We just can't get enough of them in Henry Hall, and then our baby, played by Daniel Thrasher. So it's a comedy for the whole family about an idiotic family that's going to make you feel better about your own family, really.
That's true. That's true. Was there something specific though? Was it just that character that made you want to do it, or was there something?
There was several things. One was knowing the source material, the British show that this one is sprung from, and knowing how great that show was and how successful and popular that show was. I thought, yeah, I bet we could do a version of that works. And then I was told that Michaela Watkins was playing Jane, the wife, and I said, well, then I'm in, because I love and adore Michaela and couldn't wait to get an opportunity to work with her. So
So I take it then you watched the show before you did the show. You watched the original.
not until I was told about this show. And then I went, oh, let me go look at it. And I went and looked at it and went, oh man, this is really good. I hope we can do this.
Yeah. Was there any part, because he is a little wacky, was there like a part that you had trouble connecting with, I guess, on that level?
No, I'm definitely a doofy dad. I have two kids of my own. They'll tell you I got the worst jokes in the world. Doesn't matter how successful I am as a comedic actor. My kids tend to roll their eyes at most of what I have to say. I don't wear Hawaiian shirts all the time or shirts with my own picture on them. But I'm not saying I wouldn't. I just don't own any.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you keep that shirt? I was kind of curious if they gave it to you.
Well, I suspect that when we're done with the show entirely, once we've had our 5 seasons and 100 episodes or whatever we get done, then I'll take the shirt home.
Yeah. Well, maybe one of them will want to wear it. You'll see somebody else with it on. You never
Who
know.
knows? Maybe it'll become popular.
Well, since you didn't have trouble with connecting with the character, though, was there anything else that you found difficult at all about this, or was it pretty easy overall for
Well,
you?
I mean, I've only exclusively worked in the United States as an actor. I mean, I've done shows in Canada, and I've gone to South Africa and Berlin, but all those productions were very much American productions being done there. This was a British production, with American actors and American writers. And so there was some getting used to in that way. But otherwise, no. I mean, it was really just a beautiful, really nice fit. I slid right in. Our, producers, directors, writers, everything about it was a really great experience. Like creating this little village
Mhm.
outside London, and then a year later, hoping people laugh at what we made.
What you said that though, I didn't even realize that. Like, what about production was so different that you had to get used to? I'm just curious.
It's just the little things. Here in the States, we have something we call craft services, which is a table filled with
Yeah.
ridiculous amounts of food that's probably not very good for you anyway. And in England, they have a tea set, and they might have
Oh,
some
that's
biscuits
interesting.
or cookies, but they don't have, baskets of oranges and 5 different kinds of cheese sticks and 20 different kinds of chips. They just pare that down, they simplify it. So that was, I mean, look, that's not something that makes your day longer or harder. But when you go, I'm going to go get oh, wait, we don't have that. But they did change it as we went along, and they began to inject a little more of that American feel, which helped me feel a little more comfortable, a little more like I was at home.
Oh, that's interesting. Do you have a favorite scene that you can talk about without spoiling?
Yeah, I think my very favorite was we had Rob Delaney on the show, and he plays this guy who's kind of a rival of mine. He's a neighbor, and he's better looking, and their family's more successful, and all that kind of stuff. But we had one scene where he and I, unbeknownst to him, wind up having kind of like a guitar sing off. Uh,
Hmm.
he's just being himself, plucking along on the guitar, and my character Harvey goes, well,
I can do it too.
far be it for me to be up, shown up in my own house. I can sing a song too. So that was probably my favorite day.
Now, did you, I assume you really sang for it. Did you just film that live or like how did that go? Because that seems like to me that would be something that would be really, I don't know, more difficult unless you do it a lot.
Yeah, I'm not a guitar. I don't play guitar. I had a lot of lessons. They had a young woman come and help me, and then they also had Tristram Shapiro, who directed a lot of the episodes, and was one of our executive producers. His son came and gave me some lessons, and I was like, guys, I'm not going to learn to play the guitar in 2 weeks. It's just not going to happen. So I'll fake it. It looks like I'm playing it, and then you have someone play the music over it. So I just kind of did what I always did, like air guitaring on a guitar, and then they'll fill it in.
Okay, I was gonna say I didn't think you could learn it that fast. I took a lot
No,
longer than 2 weeks and I still didn't learn it. So.
yeah, I'm still not there.
Well, is there anything since you didn't learn it? What else did you learn? What did you learn about from your experience? Like what did it teach you, either from the character or just in general? Was there anything that it
Well,
sort
there
of
was, on any film set, there's a lot of time in between. You see a 22 or 28-minute show, and it took 7 days to shoot. So I learned a lot about the different people that are on the show, bring different experiences and different life. I mean, Daniel Thrasher, who plays our youngest son, he is a huge YouTube star. And I didn't know anything about how that stuff worked. I didn't know he's running a legitimate entertainment business 365 days a year. I learned quite a bit from him on that. And then Henry Hall, who plays our other son, our older son, is a brilliant musician. Just released another new album in this last year. And I watched these guys as they're continuing to work on these outside projects while all I'm doing is sitting around waiting for the next scene. So I learned that maybe I should pick up the gauntlet that's been laid down and try to create something.
hopefully you at least know how to go through the junk mail.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's it.
That was mentioned quite a few times. So is it with this show, was it hard not to crack up like in between and when you weren't supposed to? Because it seems like it would be with this show, with the people on it. Everybody.
Yeah, there were definitely certain scenes and particular moments where it became very hard to keep a straight face. One in particular that I think of is Carol Kane has an episode where she's drunk, and in between takes she would kind of become Carol again, but she would leave a little bit of the drunkiness in there. And then when the cameras would start rolling again and she turns around and looks at you, and here's this adorable face you've adored your entire life as a fan of comedy delivering something to you, and it's like, I'm sorry, I just ruined Carol's take. I'm giggling because she's going, now let me tell you, said Harvey Langer. She's brilliant, and she made me crack up more than anyone.
Yeah, she's funny. When you are looking for a role, is there anything in particular that you're looking for, just in general, not for this specifically, but just in general?
Yeah, I had a friend years ago who put it beautifully. He said, when I read it, if I look at it and I think, oh, I can bring something to this, then my answer is yes, I'll do it. If I look at it and I go, I don't know what I would be bringing to this, then I probably won't do it. And I've actually had that experience even just in the last few days where I went, man, I need work. And then I went, yeah, not that. I just don't see where that's going to, other than the financial part of it, which is great. Yeah. I don't see where I'm going to bring something different to this, or where it's going to bring something different to me. I'm very selfish in that way. I am an actor because I love to be an actor. I love the feeling of an audience responding, or in television, a crew not being allowed to respond when you've got a boom op standing there
shaking, yeah,
trying to, you've hit the mark.
You want it to be good. That is important. Yeah, that's always important.
Absolutely.
So is there like what's your absolute dream role in something, either a character type of role? Just what's something that you would just still love to get to do?
Well, my entire life, my goal was to do exactly what I'm doing right now, which is a sitcom with a character that we get to see evolve and change through the years. I often said I wanted to be on Cheers. I was a high school kid when Cheers was on, and I was like, that's the show I want to do. Well, now I've done that. I've done the equivalent of that, a half-hour comedy where I'm playing this idiot who, maybe grows, maybe doesn't, maybe learns something, maybe doesn't. So for me, I've already really one of the lucky people in the world that I'm not working, I'm doing what I love.
Yeah, you want to love what you do. Very important. Well,
Yeah.
glad you joined. Like I said, it's a fun show. So,
Thank you
great.
so much.
Thank you. Have a good rest of your day.